hopeful. Welcome to the Hopeful Podcast, where we talk about how our faith in God, with God, and because of God gives us hope each and every day. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to the official Hopeful Podcast.
Hopeful pod.
Yes. This is our first official intro episode.
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
This is crazy.
Guys, I gotta let you know, these headphones, we can clearly hear our voices.
Immaculate.
I didn't know my voice sounded like this. I'm 30 years old.
Honestly,
crazy.
we should be on a radio show.
Oh my gosh.
Like, come on. If they could only hear what we're hearing. I mean, technically they can.
Yeah.
But
you should be able to hear what we're hearing.
Yeah, hopefully. But
Anyways.
This is so crazy, guys. This is wow. How are you feeling? I'm just still taken aback.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. I'm super excited. I was nervous before I got here, but then we put these headphones on and it just feels like it's just us two talking.
Yeah.
Even though there's like more people in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a nice little hug.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, welcome to the podcast world. Woo. I love it. You see, okay, guys, like little backstory. I did a couple videos, right? I think people have seen the clips that have been released, and it was by myself. And, I was just like, no, you know what, Lord? I feel like you're calling me to bring somebody else on this pod. And Alex came to my mind, and I was just like, yes, I am not alone. I can talk with somebody, and this is just gonna be a great time. Alex is just such a cool person. She's so knowledgeable on so many different topics, and I'm just so excited that we can share insight about what God's been doing in our lives and in different topics that everybody deals with. And basically, yeah, we're super stoked. And so I reached out to Alex and I was like, hey Alex, you down to be a part of the pod? And like, automatically
Immediate yes.
it was like,
Immediate yes.
Got you.
This is actually something that we were individually praying about, and then when we came together, it was, yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. Like, we're about to be your guys'
so
favorite
excited.
duo.
But did you guys see those clips though? They were amazing.
Jesus.
Every single one. And I feel like that's just a preview of what's to come, because God is behind and through and before all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
Let's go. I mean, did we even say our names?
Oh no. Anyways, can you tell this is our first episode together? It's fine. I'm Alex, and this is
Nicole.
Ding.
Ding. Wow, we're just making our own sound effects.
Guys, we'll get it together as we keep going.
Are we gonna get canceled before this even airs? I don't know.
The person that would cancel us is sitting right in front of us. So.
Yeah, we're just gonna have like all of this is gonna be edited out, and it's just like we have 1 minute of film.
Oh my gosh, imagine. Anyways, yeah, we were super excited because we already for years. I was thinking about this earlier. You know how long we've known each other?
How long?
Since 2016, so it's been 8 years.
8 years?
Dude, crazy,
oh wow,
right?
know. I didn't even know that.
8 years. I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
It honestly feels like it's been longer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, honestly.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think there's like so much life in what's happened through our relationship.
True.
And like, I'm just super excited for people to just join the conversation with us.
Yeah. We're finally putting some microphones and a camera in front of us, so now everyone can be a part of this. So
everyone can
we're
join our
excited.
conversation.
We're excited.
Yes. So the name of the podcast is called Hopeful, right? HOPE parentheses FULL. And really the main goal of it is to just instill a little bit of hope throughout your guys' day, throughout your week, throughout your life and your season. And ultimately it's to point us to the true hope of Christ. And so we cannot live this life without him. And he's the main reason why we even get to do what we do, and how we get to share his story and how he's been a part of both of our lives. And so we're just praying that this blesses you in some way, shape, or form, and that it sparks conversation throughout everybody's
Side
life.
note,
Yeah.
that was so eloquent. Guys, I am not as, my words are not as well put together as Nicole's are. So that was amazing.
After you've done a couple of these, it's just
She's
you
so
know,
good.
you can ask our people that help us film. Yeah, I've had many takes,
She's seasoned.
many
Seasoned.
takes.
Seasoned.
And
But
so-
no, I'm really excited for this because I feel like our world right now, our culture is a time of negativity and cancel culture,
true.
like we were just talking about.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
But yeah, all of this stuff that's not very hopeful. So
yeah.
to be something that is contrasting to what's happening in our culture right
Yeah,
now, I
I
think
love
is
that.
needed.
Yeah.
And that's who we're called to be in the Lord, right?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be going against the grain. People are going
Yeah.
to hate what we're gonna say and who we are
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
what we believe in and what we stand for. But
Yeah.
we feel like the Lord is just calling upon us to be that light, to continue to be that light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. You know, I was talking stories with somebody and they were telling me like, man, it's just so depressing when you go onto like the news or
True.
you go into social media. Like really it's kind of just like you want to just see more positive things because everything you look at nowadays is just like,
It's like,
negative, like
yeah.
people slandering each other.
insane.
And it's just like, it's like, man, we just want to put stuff out there that just brings hope, brings joy,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of turns the tide in people's feeds or, you know, and it's really like, that's the hope and prayer is that through our conversations that people can see that, hey, there's a positive side to this. And even though like things may not look the way that we, you know, we would want it to 100% of the time. Jesus is good and he's king
Amen.
of all kings. And so like even though our situation is not the best, God is still good and he's still working on it. And, you know, just going off a tangent.
It's fine. Do all the tangents. This is what it's for.
What I love is that
Distracted.
there's a I was just thinking about this on this song Joy in the Morning by Torrin Wells that like if it's not good then he's not done. No, he's not done with it yet. There will be joy in the morning.
Dude, that is
No,
I love
yeah.
that song.
Bruh.
It always like just injects this positivity
Yeah.
into like whatever situation you're in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Torrin Wells.
Thanks,
for
Torrin Wells.
listening to your call from the Lord.
No,
But yeah, I do love that, and I love that you're bringing it up because it's so like perfect for this podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a theme song.
Ooh, I mean, if he ever wants to collab, like, just hit us up. Like, I'm down. No, that's
Love
so
it,
good.
love
Like,
it.
yeah. It's just, really like, if your situation does not seem good to you, like, don't worry. Like, God is not done with your situation, and he's
still working.
still
on it.
working, man. He is still working,
And he's always there. He's never
Yeah.
going to leave or forsake you.
Yeah.
Like we have to know that. We have to always repeat that and like, repeat that in our everyday lives. It's not just a once a month thing, once a Sunday thing. It's like
preach.
every single day because
Yeah.
this journey with the Lord is, we're not going to lie, it is a trying journey. You're going to be tested. You're going to, run into negative situations, but remembering that there's joy in every single day and every single thing that we do. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hold on to that. Remember that.
Period. Hold on to that. No, I'm excited, guys. Like we didn't even get to the first official
know,
pod yet. This is just the
crazy.
intro, but
Insane.
I'm excited. So what you can expect from this pod, basically we're just going to be chatting it up, talking conversations, and also talking about different things that, that we've gone through and different things that we believe that everyone kind of goes through and how Jesus is related to that. And so, I kind of like this idea of like a common ground that, I think nowadays it's so easy for people to dismiss certain conversations or to avoid certain conversations because they don't want to, step on people's toes or it just rubs them the wrong way or they could get super heated about it. But I think like what I love about this is that we're able to shed light on different conversations and be able to talk about things in a healthy way. Because I feel
just,
like
not just shoot things down because that's definitely what happens today is one person shoots it down and then everyone else kind of joins on because then they become like the authority for that like kind of subject, right? But we're here to help provide a different perspective, a Jesus perspective on things, and to encourage you guys to approach different situations in your life with with a different kind of thinking.
Yeah.
Right. With a God-rooted, a God-centered kind of thinking. So, we hope that this helps you guys.
Yes. We hope that this gives you hope. Hopeful. And we're just so excited. And you'll also see like different testimonies. Like we'll be bringing people on talking stories about where they gain hope. Yeah. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. Do. And even if you think you don't, you do.
Yes.
And it's important to share that story.
Yes.
So yeah, we're excited. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I think, last question I kind of wanted to ask you. And then, what is hope to you? What is hope to you?
Hope to me? So I'm not going to lie. I Googled this like right before we started.
She said,
I was like,
okay.
You know what? Let me see what the actual definition of it. But it's expecting something that you're going to receive in the future. But thinking about it in a God perspective, God promises all of these things to us, right? It's expecting that all of those things are going to happen, and all of those things are going to be fulfilled. And I think it's important to remember that when you are hopeful, when you have a hope in something, especially Jesus, you have to remember that he is your solid, your firm foundation.
I like that.
And whatever you put your hope in, like, you have to make sure that it is a solid centered thing, because if you're putting your hope in something that wavers, like a world's opinions, a culture opinion, like that can go either way, and you end up getting swayed and you end up falling over to the side, and all of these things could happen. But when you put your hope in Jesus, you know that it is never going to be shaken. Right?
Yeah.
It was. Thank you for asking that question.
No, that's good.
We have to think about these things. Like, we don't think about these things enough, I feel like. But what about you? What do you think? What is hope to you?
Like, I totally agree. And it's like a confident expectation that God is going to pull through and that he's going to fulfill his promises. And I like what you said, though. It's like, what do you put your hope in? And that's important, because if it's not Jesus, then it's like a person that builds their house on sand, and then when the waves come, when the storm hits, then you're going to fall. Like you're going to feel like your life is out of control and that you cannot stand much longer. But really it's that's like true. When we put our hope in Jesus, then we're able to have that firm foundation that whatever happens, then it's like, okay, I know where and who my hope is in. And I was listening to this, podcast, and this pastor was saying that, like, a lot of times we hear the term like, oh, you gotta put your hopes up, or like, oh, you just put your like get your hopes up. Get your hopes up. And but it's really, he was like, but the thing is about that is that we were never meant to carry hope. Like, we cannot put hope up. We cannot lift it up because it's too heavy for us. But we have to put our hope in Jesus. And when you put your hope in Jesus, then you're able to have that solid foundation.
That is so good. Like, even just imagining that. Not like putting your hope up,
like lifting
in
up.
something, in something, and rooted in something. I love that,
good.
Dude. Was that Vu? Vu is her favorite. Her favorite church. It's a church based in Miami.
Dude,
you
Miami,
guys
Florida.
Get a chance. If you guys get a chance, watch her stuff on YouTube.
No,
you'll be so blessed.
Honestly,
but this is her personal favorite. I just want to let you guys know that
is hilarious, because you're not wrong. That was from
Was it Rich?
Yeah, it was Pastor Rich.
Nice,
yeah, man. No, it's just so good. Yeah, that we can't lift up hope. Hope is too heavy for us to lift. And so that's just,
do you guys hear that? Do you hear that?
Hashtag hope is too heavy to live.
Am I the only one that's reeling from this? I can't be. Cannot be.
Nah, but it's just so good. I'm just so excited for all the different things that we're gonna be experiencing and talking about through this. And there's so much you can say about it. And so really it's like, choose Jesus.
Choose Jesus.
Choose Jesus.
I choose the Jesus way.
Come on, we're just dropping so many songs.
I just heard that song too. Every time I hear it. We went to the side note, we went to the Phil Wickham concert.
Phil Wickham, Brandon Lake.
Courtesy of this one, she blessed a couple of us with tickets. Amen. But I heard that song. I think that was like the first time I heard that song. And I was like crying.
No, it's so good.
Because when you sing it, and it's like, wait, this is really like, this is what we believe. This is what we stand on. Like choosing the Jesus way, and he's the one that gave his life for us. Like, who better to put your hope in than Jesus, right?
Than Jesus.
Oh,
yeah.
gotta play that song later.
No,
Anyways.
for real. Jesus Way by Phil Wickham. It's so good. It's so good. And really, I love the whole basis of that song, that we are called to not live as the world that we live in, but to choose his way. Yeah. And that looks different from everyone else. And so, yeah. Place your hope in Jesus. I think it's so funny. It's just bringing so many thoughts to my mind. Because, it's just, I feel like when, like, talking about Jesus, it already puts us in this spot of, like, condemnation.
Oh, yeah. Like a target on our back.
Target on our backs, man. Yes. And, like, I'm just like, that's real. It's real. It's a real thing. And it's, like, really, like, I'm just talking freely now. We're just talking story.
Just go ahead.
Is that like, you know, we were always on the battlefield. This was I was thinking about this just the other day, that we were always on the battlefield, but now we're making our presence known on the battlefield. Oh, now it's like, okay, yeah, we were on it. And, you know, I was cool being the little, you know, if you need extra ammo, I got you. Like, you need something, I got you. But now it's like, we're declaring like, hey, we're on the battlefield. Yeah. And like, that's, it's a scary, cool thing where it's like, ooh, agreed. Like, oh wow, like, okay, like we get to represent Jesus, but then at the same time it's like, oh wow, like there's people that really do not like Jesus.
People are watching you. You are on your Jesus journey. People see it, whether they like it or not. That's why it's so important to represent him in like the best way that you can, because you never know who is watching, and you never know who just seeing through your actions gets led to Jesus. That actually happens more often than you guys think. Right?
No, exactly.
Well, for me, I got led to Jesus because of actually you and everyone that I met here. So I started coming to our church like 8 years ago when I met you guys, and I was so like on the like teeter-tottering between should I get baptized or not, because I grew up Catholic, and so in the Catholic church we get baptized as babies, right? Like we get like a little sprinkling,
christening.
But the whole like reason why for baptism is because it's like a public declaration that you follow and you choose Jesus over everything else in your life, right? And for me, I was like, you know, as an adult, I'm like, wait, how could I have chosen Jesus like back then, you know? And so when I saw you guys and the things that you were doing, even back then, I was so encouraged that it led me to get baptized.
Man, that's
Did I ever tell you that? No, don't cry.
Intro episode of just crying. We love this. Wow, that's crazy.
It is nuts. Like that first time that I came to church, you guys were all serving in some way, or you were like talking to someone, or you were just you guys were just exuding Jesus, and I hadn't seen a lot of that in my life in like such a big concentrated like area. Yeah. But great person to have in your life, you guys.
No, that's so good. Subscribe and follow. No,
like and subscribe.
No, I think what I love about that story though is that everybody has like a story, and when you walk with Jesus, you never know. Like you don't have to blatantly say it. That is a way, you know, where you could openly have a conversation and you know, talk straight about it. But another way is just by the way you live. And by the way you live your life, where it's like, wow, there's something different about this person, or there's something different about these people, where it's like, wow, I want what they have. Like what's so different? And then that opens up a conversation of like, hey, like how do you have this joy about you, or you know? And then that's just like, that's how you can bring people to Christ, is just by the way you live, like genuinely live your life for him. Important. Then it'll just like have this. It kind of just permeates through everything else that you do. When you're truly living for Jesus, and you're choosing him like every single day, it's something that people can see. Right. And that's how I got drawn in. I saw it. For me, to take that step in believing in God like wholeheartedly, I needed to see it. Like words are cool. Words have like so much meaning, but back then it was, I needed to see it in front of me. I needed to see it happening. But I was in the perfect place. God put me in the perfect place to see everything happening in front of me. That's good. And it was like overwhelmingly so. It's like, whoa, okay. I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. I see it. I see it. That's good.
And I got baptized a year later.
Man,
Crazy.
Jesus, man, the Jesus way.
All Jesus.
Oh man, and that kind of like circles us back to what we were talking about in the beginning. Whereas like there's so much negativity in the world, and I believe that it's not also on the internet, but it's also in person.
Yes.
When you walk around, you just see like, wow, it's like, oh, what's going on?
Like, why are people so mad and irritated all the time?
It's like, what? Whoa, did I offend you just by walking?
I don't know. People get offended really easily these days.
Very easily.
It doesn't take that much.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing, you guys.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm breathing. And so it's just like, it's so like, no, for real.
Who did this to you? Tell me.
Oh man, gosh, user 4589. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, she said.
No, but it's just like,
Very good.
like I think that just also speaks multitudes.
Yeah.
Just like even if when you live for Jesus, you have this difference about you where it's like, oh wow, they're not so negative. Like how come like, and then that's what also brings people to Christ.
Yeah.
And so it all circles back, like the way we live, the way we represent Him online, the way we represent Him offline. Like it's just it's
Agreed.
all for Him.
Agreed.
All for Him.
All for Jesus.
All for Jesus, period. So, I mean, if you guys ever want to join our conversation, please chat with us in the comments. And then we can just like have a dialogue going on.
Just a conversation.
Just
That's
a conversation.
all it is.
We're just
No
here.
frills, no nothing. Just a conversation.
Yeah, and we're just two people that love Jesus, and we're just here to talk some stories and praying that this relates to you guys and that you guys can also talk stories and share with other people about what He's doing in and through your life. That wherever you're on this journey, just always remember that hope is found in Him, with Him, and because of Him. Till the next pod.